tonight wears those famous colours for the first time at the start of a 6-year contract. After United's 5-0 win over Wolves, Robson's inclusion was by no means certain. But Ron Atkinson's selection problem was solved overnight when Remy Moses developed an ear infection and Robson wears the number 11 shirt. Spurs, after what Keith Birkinshaw called their best performance of the season when they beat Forest 3-0, have the Argentinian Ricky Villa back at number 5 after injury. Young Mike Hazard, who took his place so effectively and scored such a marvellous goal, is now himself injured, and the number 12 jersey goes to Giorgio Mazzon. The referee, Mr. Brian Stevens of Stonehouse in Gloucestershire, just looking at the linesman, checking his watch as well, and it will be Manchester United to kick off. United now in 4th place in the league, while Spurs match them so closely, they're 5th, the same number of points. A match that both managers say should be a titanic clash. Gary Bailey, who's kept a clean sheet for the last 5 matches for United. Bertel's flick, that's Miller. Hughton giving Ray Clemence a touch, and Ray Clemence, by the way, informed himself he's kept the sheet clean for the last 3 matches. Hughton. Robson's first touch for United. Martin Buchan. Ray Wilkins. Getting back to the sort of form that made him England's best player in the European Championship finals. Bertels. Number 7, Stevie Coppell. Very hard and swift tackle by Steve Perryman, the captain. And there's the first corner of the match, conceded by Miller. Paul Miller, married just 2 weeks ago. And in fact, the referee has decided it was an infringement and a free kick given. It's Ardiles. The Spurs midfield in fine order in recent matches, orchestrated, of course, by the Argentinians, Ardiles and Villa. Very, very high and long ball by Bailey, and had the Spurs defence in trouble. That's Bertels. Ardiles, challenged by Stapleton. Ardiles again. And the Spurs defence, looking, to say the least, a little bit untidy. Well, this time we do have the first corner of the match to be taken by Ray Wilkins. United pushing players forward. Flick there by Bertels, and touched somebody in over the top. Oh, that was an astonishing incident. The flick was there, it hit somebody in the goal line. Wilkins' corner, knocked down, and then it squirted away over the top of the bar. Look at it from another angle, and it was Stevie Coppell there in the end, succeeding in hooking it over the bar, and Kevin Moran, number 5, turns in despair. Hoddle. Pushing going on, Goodman finally stopped. The attacker, Tony Galvin. And Galvin has hobbled off to the touchline for treatment. Or rather, it's Falco has gone off, yes. Falco has gone off for treatment. He took a knock then. Roberts again. Archibald stopped by Wilkins. Number 5 is Moran. Gidman. Here persisting and stopped by Moran again. Stapleton battling hard and unfairly. And Falco is really limping. He's being helped into the tunnel and into the subs bench there. And Mazzon, the sub, is warming up. Hughton's kick. Bailey started to come and stopped. Oh, Villa Robson. Oh, finding his man Wilkins well. Stapleton checking on the forward players. And it looks as if in the first few minutes Spurs are going to lose their leading scorer of the season, young Mark Falco. Because the sub, Giorgio Mazzon, appears to be ready to come on. It's Wilkins. Robson. Wilkins again. Kidman spare. Hughton missing it altogether, but Roberts didn't. And there's the opportunity for the substitution. And 12 and a half minutes gone, and Spurs lose their leading scorer, young Mark Falco. He did have a knock on Saturday, taken another tonight, and that a real blow to Tottenham Hotspur. Hoddle. McElroy. And what a contrast with Saturday. Those were going in. Wilkins. Oh, what good play. Marvellous play by Wilkins. And that taken out by Roberts, and that was important because behind him was Steve Copeland. Ray Wilkins, after a disastrous season last year through injury, really back to his best. Beer. Ardiles. Galvin. Stopped by Robson. Ardiles again. Beer. Hoddle. Oh, it's good skill again. Stopped by Bucket. Robson on to McElroy. United looking for a quick break. The Spurs with lots of defenders back. Kidman. Bertels. Certainly Manchester United in possession build up very, very quickly when they can. Hoddle. Archibald. Veer. Hoddle. Galvin trying to get behind the defender, but the ball too long. Apology from Glenn Hoddle, but he's made such an impression on this match already in these first 16-17 minutes. Stapleton went out anyway. Perryman. Ardiles. Archibald. Hoddle leaving it. Ardiles. Galvin. Villa. Hughton. Back to Ardiles. Roy Wilkins header, now Miller. Ardiles. Villa. Miller again. Hoddle. Buzz of expectation, but that was fairly orthodox. There was nothing else on. Galvin trying to run his man and gets the corner. So Spurs' first corner of the match. Manchester United have had 3. Spurs seeming to sort themselves out for this if they're looking for some special and well-rehearsed ploy. That's Ardiles. Well, they got a rather surprising corner out of it. If it had been left, it was no danger at all. Galvin once more. Robson. And there, the corner count equalised with 3 in a minute, all from the same side for Spurs. Ardiles, Robson. Bryan Robson, who's settled down very well in his new colours. It's Galvin. Mazzon hardly touched the ball so far. Now Villa. Stopped by Wilkins. Archibald just screened the ball well, but I think he was a bit lucky to get that against Moran, because he was backing on and Moran had no choice. But anyway, Moran was penalised. That's Hoddle. Robson. Villa. Oh, he can be so dangerous from there. And there's the skill of the Argentinian, and also the confidence of a man in form. The ball came back out to him, chested it down, and without a second thought, hit it right on target. Manchester United breaking quickly. Koppel. Oh, the centre was a bad one. Pulled back too far. Takes the pressure off Spurs. Mazzon. Right through Buchan's tackle. Hoddle. Archibald. Ardiles. Hughton. Oh, what a good try by the number 2. And Spurs are really coming to life. The ball that laid across there, Hughton pushed it forward and hit it supremely well. Flick by Stapleton. Then Hoddle. Oh, well, he found Ardiles to the inch. Just committed the tackler. That's Galvin breaking, and he's there first. And Bailey was a bit lucky then. Ardiles threaded that through beautifully. Galvin was running, the defence square. Bailey did not get there, but the ball hit his legs. 30 minutes gone. Spurs' 4th corner. Galvin took it. Bertel's header. Hughton. And Bailey got there and took a knock, and Beer tried to chip the empty goal. And a free kick given anyway to Manchester United. Ricky Beer saw the goalkeeper off the line. Bailey came out and actually damaged that £1.5 million player, Bryan Robson, in his first match. Look at the clash here as Bailey goes in, and I think that's Robson that he hit. Anyway, both players are all right, although Robson's feeling it a bit. Alveston. Frank Stapleton into a load of trouble. He took a knock as well. Ardiles, a rare booking for him. I think if we have a look at that, it was more of a mistimed thing than a really intended foul. And Ardiles for that has been booked. And they are protesting there. Steve Perryman, the captain, Ardiles alongside him. But the Argentinian's name goes in Mr. Stevens' book. Ray Wilkins here with a knock. Mike Duxbury warming up as Ray Wilkins is getting treatment. Now it's Stapleton who got the knock here. Let's see in the picture if we can see what happened to Wilkins. Stapleton is now up and about. Wilkins there goes down in the corner of the shot. Meanwhile, play restarts and it's a goal kick to Spurs. And some trouble off the ball. Villa and Gidman. And Gidman had a clash with Villa. There was certainly possibly a knock exchanged. And the referee didn't see it, and it doesn't appear the linesman saw it either. It was off the ball, but there was a moment's flurry then, and both players could have been in serious trouble. Alveston looks at Bailey. Wilkins. Birtles. McElroy. Ulverston. Flicked by Koppel, that's Birtles. On for number 4, Wilkins, who's onside. And they get a corner out of that. Again, Birtles involved in that move in 2 places. Ray Wilkins showing no signs of the knock, or perhaps it was cramp. Certainly he's moving very freely now. Gary Birtles really is showing signs that he's got his confidence back, and he's full of running. Clemence couldn't hit that, and it was right through the couple, and surely there must have been somebody pushing there, and in fact somebody got in his way. He's complaining to the defenders. Well, what happened here? A corner taken, Clemence went for it, and it's his own defender in the way. Total lack of understanding. Certainly Clemence gave him his marching orders. Robson out-jumped by Ardiles, and there's Hoddle. And the whistle's gone. Foul given, free kick taken, but not accepted by the referee, who's decided it is half-time anyway, and the teams leave the field goalless, but that has been an entertaining first 45 minutes. There's been lots of skill, some very sharp tackling indeed, a lot of pace, and Glenn Hoddle, wearing number 10, well, Jimmy Greaves described him last weekend as a thoroughbred, and he does look the part. Not yet reached England's stature, but surely it's only a matter of time. Prompted, of course, in the midfield by Villa there, number 5, and Ardiles. Meanwhile, for Manchester United, some impressive play, especially from Ray Wilkins. United, when they attack quickly, are attacking with authority. And it's certainly true, too, to say that they had the best chance of the match. And it's well worth having a look at how they escaped. And it was Steve Koppel who prevented his own side from scoring. The player hidden, I believe, here with a header is Stapleton. But watch what happens. Koppel tries to hook it in, hooks it over the top, and it was going in anyway. And Kevin Moran can't believe it's happened. And Spurs kicking off at the start of the second half. And perhaps there may be a significant change. It's too early to tell, but it looks to me as if they've dropped Mazzon back. He's been ineffective as a striker, brought in place of the injured Mark Falco, who's got a damaged left ankle, we're told. And Mazzon appears to have been pulled back into the midfield. He is a defender, in fact. And he's taken up a position on the left side of the centre of midfield, with Villa playing up front alongside Archibald. There's Villa. Well, he went through McElroy, he didn't exist. Galvin. Ardiles, play waved on. The referee recognised the foul, though, by Gidman. Mazzon. Ardiles. Good kick by Bailey. Hughton, oh, he almost dummied into trouble. Birtles had got behind him quickly. Galvin to Archibald. Ball was kept in by Gidman. This is Stapleton. Got it through well to Wilkins. On to Birtles, but stopped by Roberts. Birtles was just behind Roberts. Ulverston, Stapleton, good flick. Robson. Oh, right on the edge of the box. The referee right behind him now, and not interested. Robson was right on the edge of the box when he was brought down. Good flick there by Stapleton. Robson goes straight into the box, and it certainly looks as if he might have been fouled on the edge anyway. Paul Miller. McElroy to Buchan to Wilkins. Ulverston. Moran. John Kidman. Birtles. Wilkins. Around looking to his captain Buchan. Changing his mind. Robson. Kidman. Stapleton to Birtles. And stopped by Ardiles. Galvin and into trouble, and the player penalised, Bryan Robson. And Bryan Robson gets a booking in his first match for the club. £1.5 million, and at the start of this second half, his every move, of course, being scrutinised. At the start of this second half, his first match in Manchester United colours, his name goes in the book. Mazzon's header, Veer. Flicked by Stapleton to Birtles, that's Mazzon. Hoddle. Perryman. Veer. Buchan. Kevin Moran to Ray Wilkins. Kidman. Koppel. Kidman. Roberts. Mazzon. Roberts. Not much going right for the substitute, Giorgio Mazzon. Kidman. Birtles. He squeezed back that so well. What a good save as Stapleton played that down. And Clemence showed he's an England player still there. And Birtles injured now, but how he got the ball back, I do not know. Look how little space he'd got in the end. He was right on the dead ball line. The cross was good. It beat the defender, but Stapleton just couldn't beat the diving Clemence, who got down very, very quickly. And meanwhile, Birtles had gone crashing to the ground. What a shame if Gary Birtles has got a knock that damages him permanently, or puts him out for some time, because he really has come back to the sort of form he showed with Nottingham Forest before his transfer. So Birtles being treated as the referee wants play to go on. Meanwhile, Mike Duxbury is warming up. Free kick given by Wilkins. A couple. Robson! And the new man over the top. But there was an interesting decision there, because I'm sure Butch Wilkins did not put that in the quadrant, so it couldn't have been a corner. In fact, Birtles' cross may not have counted, because the referee may have given a foul, or Butch Wilkins may have taken it from the wrong place. Perryman to middle. Manchester United still with only 10 men on the field, but Birtles almost ready to get back on. Oh, Stapleton and Miller's error rescued by Roberts. Miller again. Birtles still hobbling up the touchline, trying to keep moving. Hughton. Roberts. Archibald. Trying to find Veer. Kidman. Got what he wanted, and Birtles gets back on the field. And as Birtles goes back on, the news of Mark Falco is that he's been taken to hospital. He's got a damaged left ankle. He's gone there for X-ray, and we've heard now he's been kept in overnight, we believe. Injuries to Spurs continue. Keith Birkinshaw must be performance tonight, but indeed both managers have got reason to be pleased. Still, it's another problem for him. Garth Crooks injured before the season started, and Birtles is in real trouble. He's not going to stay long here. He's got to go off. He's signalling to the bench, and he's gone down. And just when he was recovering his best form, Birtles has got a knock that clearly has left him in tremendous pain. He tried to run then and just could not. Concerned Ron Atkinson. Mike Duxbury will be on. Stevie Koppel bringing the messages back out. Mike Duxbury, captain of the youth team, captain of the Central League reserve side, and this season almost a permanent substitute. A very gifted young player. Gary Birtles has got a real problem, so this could be a second man on the way to hospital in this match. It's not been vicious, it's not been dirty. It certainly has been sharp on occasions, but no more than you'd expect. So Duxbury goes on, and it will mean possibly a reshuffle for Manchester United. Because Birtles playing as an out-and-out front player, replaced now by a man who's gone into the midfield, and it looks as if Koppel will stay as a striker. Koppel, who's been shuttling up and down in a wide position, first on the right and then on the left. Spent more time on the right than the left, but I think he'll stay up front now as Stapleton. Miller. Koppel. McElroy. Stapleton. So Robson on to Ulverston. Duxbury. Kidman. Robson's gone charging through the middle, but the ball delayed too long. Moran. It's Robson. Kidman. Stopped by Roberts. Villa. Ardiles. Villa. It's Mazzon, who holds his head in despair. Nothing will go right for him. Hoddle. Archibald. Couldn't find the space to lay it back to Hoddle, who was waiting. Stapleton. Moran to Kidman. Moran. It's Hoddle to Archibald. Moran. Bucket to Ulverston. Wilkins. Koppel. Wilkins. Bucket. Moran. Stopped by Mazzon, he found Ardiles. Archibald breaking, he's got Villa there. And it's in the net, they've got the goal. Steve Archibald's first goal of the season. And Gary Bailey just could not take all the pace of the ball. Mazzon found Ardiles right through. He had Villa available, changed his mind, hit the shot well, and Bailey couldn't hold it. So Archibald's first goal of the season, after being Spurs' leading scorer last year, could be a vital one in this first leg of the League Cup. He hesitated, then decided he'd have to shoot, and Bailey just could not hang on. There was a moment when it looked as if it might go over the top, but Gary Bailey will feel, I suppose, that was down to him. But the goal will go to Archibald, and Spurs lead by 1-0. "65 minutes gone. Kidman for Manchester United. Duxbury. Stapleton. Ardiles to Roberts. Villa. Number 9, Galvin. Robson involved in 2 tackles there. Finally did enough to leave Manchester United in possession. That was Kidman, back to Moran. Wilkins. McElroy. Perryman. Hoddle. Galvin onside to Ardiles. Stopped by Moran. Roberts again. Galvin to now Hoddle. Archibald offside. The ball whizzing around so quickly. Knocked forward there by Alveston, played back by Hoddle to Archibald, who was clearly onside. The shot all was rising too high. 2.5 minutes have ticked away now of injury time, which, although Birtles was attended to twice on the field, is beginning to seem excessive. Stuxbury, Gidman. Hughton's header. Galvin. So Veer with the throw. Veer, who hasn't quite looked so happy in the second half of the striker's role as he was in midfield in the first half. This time it's in the crowd. So we've now had 3.5 minutes of injury time. Veer. It's Miller with Perryman waiting. Hoddle. Stopped by McElroy, that's Perryman. There's that handball, but play goes on. And the final whistle goes, and Spurs go into the second leg with a goal by Archibald, the difference between the team. His first goal of the season, and Gary Bailey had to choose tonight to miss out on saving that. It spun off his hands into the net, and so for the first time in 6 matches, he concedes a goal. Ray Clemence, on the other hand, well, he came here with a clean sheet in 3 matches. He trots a lonely figure up the field. Clemence now has gone 4 matches without conceding a goal. Whether 1 goal will be enough, we'll have to wait and see. But a match that started on a note of very high quality, especially for the first hour, but in the end, that petered out rather. Spurs at 1, Manchester United 0. In the news of the injured players, Mark Falco to stay in hospital overnight after x-rays in his left ankle, and Gary Birtles a very badly swollen right knee. Well, Ron, you put Britain's most expensive football on the field, but lost another £1 million player tonight in Gary Birtles. How bad is it?
Well, I think we'll get a clearer picture tomorrow. It's more of an impact blow than a twist. You know, my first thought was when I saw him go down, he probably twisted his knee ligaments, but there's a possibility it may just be a bang on the knee that's, you know, once the swelling's gone down, then we'll get a clearer picture of it.
And he really is beginning to play now, isn't he?
Well, I don't think there's ever been any question about his ability. I think the fact that he hadn't scored obviously sapped his confidence. He's got his confidence this season by playing well and by scoring, and as you say, he's a very good player.
Now, Bryan Robson, £1.5 million, you had to put him on tonight anyway, didn't you? Selection problems solved, but you must be well satisfied with him.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the sort of player, what a player to have to bring in for a lad to make his debut. You know, you put him on, you don't worry about players like him, do you? I mean, they're good players.
The goal, Gary Bailey, well, 5 clean sheets, and that has to happen.
He's had a super season. He's held his hand up in the dressing room. You know, he's made a very bad mistake, but, you know, the kid's a young kid. At the Arsenal, for instance, the other week, he made a save that kept us in the game, and that seems to even itself out. You know, that's probably his first mistake of the season, I would think.
Well, it's true that Gary Bailey mistake did decide the game, but the difference between winning it and losing it was so slight, because the match turned on 2 incidents in that same goalmouth. Fortunately, right under the nose of our cameraman. The first, strangely, would have gone in if Steve Coppell hadn't decided to give it a helping hand. And Moran there, the anguish that his gestures represent are only too clear. But the next one I don't think would have gone in if Gary Bailey hadn't given it a helping hand. Archibald shot here, incidentally, outside the box. 25 goals he got last season, all inside. That one was outside, but you can see, well, I reckon that ball was going over the top. I'm not saying he didn't have to have a go for it, but on the other hand, he virtually made a goal out of a shot that might have gone over the bar. Well, so much of the result, which United must feel, gives them at least an even chance in the replay. But I have a funny feeling they'll regret tonight more for the loss of Gary Birtles, just coming back to form, than for the loss of that one goal. It was a brilliant cross, really, off his right foot. I know people think professional players should use each foot equally well, but he was really struggling when he beat this man here to get the ball over. And as Roberts tackles him, bravely, he crashes it for Stapleton to volley it really well and Clemence to bring off a fine save. That was one of the best bits of football of the whole evening. But sadly, as you see Birtles on the floor, I have a strange and sad feeling that he's going to be out for some time. Well, as for Bryan Robson's debut, there's hardly really anything worth showing again, I'm afraid, but he was in the game on 33 occasions. Of his 15 passes, mostly straightforward, 12 were accurate. He won 3 out of 6 of his tackles, had 3 fouls against him and a name take, and both his shots were off target. His inspiration for United seems to be in frightening the life out of his midfield colleagues. On Saturday, Sammy McIlroy scored a hat-trick, and tonight, Butch Wilkins showed more than a flash of his very best form, including this bit of magic. I don't know whether you've seen a player do this before. It's nodded down to him now on the right wing, and watch what happens. He does a back heel with his right foot, a turn to the left, and leaves his opponent totally bemused. A little bit of magic that was worth the money on its own. Well, finally, in case Spurs think I've ignored them completely, let me get Ozzy Ardiles out from under a booking. The pictures coming up now show very clearly that it was Roberts and not Ardiles who caused Stapleton so much agony. There's Stapleton on the ball, turning away, and Roberts stalking him. There's the right foot, which goes on the back of his heel, and Ardiles, like a bullfighter, is trying to avoid the ball, and with his hands outraised, he says to the referee, "It was not me, ref, and it wasn't."